Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Another example of how mainstream media is desperate to maintain its declining monopoly, we now have ABC News issuing, as Drudge pointed out, strict rules on how reporting can be done of the first exclusive interview, they say, of Donald Trump. What they're trying to do is copyright President Trump. They're setting a very, very dangerous precedent for free speech, overturning the idea of fair use and asserting in very legalistic terms what they are demanding from people who cover this interview. They're saying that excerpts can be no more than 3 minutes, but here's the key thing. They're saying that material can no longer be used after February 1st. In other words, they're going to give people about a week to look at the clips. You can't air these clips without very specific directions in terms of on-screen credits. You have to have an audio introduction. This is totally unprecedented, folks. This is not anything that anyone has tried to assert before in the press. And we've seen this coming. We had just about 9 days ago, as the White House was saying, we're going to open up the process to talk radio hosts. We're going to open it up to bloggers. We're going to increase by about a factor of 10 the people who are able to cover White House press conferences. And you had the trade guild, essentially, the White House Correspondents Association, say, no, we're not going to have any of that. We have 49 seats that we're going to allocate amongst 200 journalists that make up the White House press corps. We're going to maintain this position of privilege. We're not going to allow you to open this up to a larger offering of the press. And as they push back against the idea that Trump would include other people, they say that Trump is the one who is trying to suppress free speech. Understand that when we talk about what the president says, that has always been covered under First Amendment in terms of political use, and fair use is what the Supreme Court has determined this to be. Fair use is commentary on what the president is saying, and that is precisely what they're trying to shut down with all these rules. Essentially, what ABC is doing is lawyering up with detailed rules about what can and cannot be covered and banning the future use of this. This is the key thing that we have to understand. And we have to, in the words of Jim Acosta, as he was accosting the president in that press conference, the first press conference that Trump had, he said, Mr. President-elect, this is not appropriate. Well, ABC, this is not appropriate. And we understand where they're coming from. This was something that was going to be a part of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It wasn't simply about trade between countries. It was also about establishing new claims on copyrighted material and penalties associated with that. You have to understand that the globalists and the monopolists who are controlling our government, our press, they want to make sure that they own everything, and then they own it in perpetuity. That's why they say that they're going to ban any future use of this. And let's go back 4 years to when Barack Obama won election the second time and then started with his push to get Obamacare in. Go back to June of 2009. Here's an article from Fox News. ABC News teams up with Obama White House to present the president's health care plan. And of course, this was going to be an hour-long special that they were going to do from the White House East Room. And this is in addition to them broadcasting their nightly news every night from the White House. Now, in response to this, we had the RNC come out and say, in the absence of opposition, I'm concerned this event will become a glorified infomercial to promote the Democrat agenda. And that's what it did. If that's the case, they said, this primetime infomercial should be paid for out of the DNC coffers. President Obama does not hold a monopoly on healthcare reform ideas or on free airtime. Oh, but yes, he did. He had a monopoly on free airtime because the established media gave that to him. And at the same time, when the Republican Party said, we would like to have equal access, equal airtime that you're giving the president because you're promoting his ideas exclusively, they said no. So then the RNC said, fine, we'll buy time on your network. And they said no. That's true monopoly power. And what President Trump needs to do is to say that essentially put this out on the White House news feed or not give them the kind of exclusive access that they say that they have. This is a very dangerous precedent, and we can't allow them to run with this. And of course, at the same time they did this, they had the same time they were running the special. On Thursday, the day after they did this, they had another ABC anchor, Diane Sawyer, ran the news item that a White House produced video complete with schmaltzy background music. And of course, this is Media Research Center pointing this out. They said President Obama ostensibly took a phone call from a cancer patient. This is the way they marketed Obamacare to the public. They said, now I'm able to get health insurance thanks to Obamacare. But as I pointed out, the video wasn't even new. And she said that it was merely a conversation that took place recently, but today we got to listen in, trying to make it current. Consider also that ABC News just yesterday had to issue a correction for mischaracterizing and deliberately editing a interview with former White House Press Secretary Ari Fleischer. This is what they put out. They had Ari Fleischer that they edited to say, "It looks to me as if the ball was dropped on Saturday." That's what they put out. But the full quote was, "It looks to me as if the ball was dropped on Saturday. Sean recovered it and ran for a first down on Monday." See, when ABC News does that, when they're blatantly partisan in the way they sell Obamacare, when they try to shut down our ability to run their clips, and yet they, just yesterday, edited this to completely change the meaning of Ari Fleischer, we should be very concerned.
In case you haven't heard, Infowars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. Infowars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of The Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the Infowars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to Infowars.com/app and download today. Infowars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the Infowars store that are only available for Infowars Prime subscribers. That's Infowars Prime at Infowars.com/app. And if you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.